Hey, it's LSF here today. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been in a new Toyota or Lexus recently, you probably used their latest infotainment system. It's been a solid improvement, but what's next? Well, the wait is over. Toyota has just pulled the curtains back on the next generation of its Toyota audio multimedia system and what likely to be the foundation for the next Lexus interface. You know, Toyota reuses everything for Lexus, which a lot of Lexus owners essentially do not agree on because they think that Lexus should have something different from Toyota. Because if you have a $100,000 Lexus vehicle, the infotainment system looks exactly the same as a Toyota Corolla. That just doesn't sound right. But it is what it is. And now I'm wondering if the Sentry will ever get the same system or they will have something different. Time will tell and we will see what happens there. This isn't just a minor update. The 2.0, they don't call it 2.0, but I'll be calling it 2.0. It's a massive overhaul with new hardware, 5G connectivity, and a host of features that owners have been asking for. Today, we're deeping dive into the official press release from Toyota Canada and US to give you a complete breakdown of what's next and what you'll be expecting. Is this the infotainment that finally puts Toyota at the top of the tech game? We'll have to find out. First things first, this brand new system will make its grand debut in the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4, and that's why you saw that I had the RAV4 video up front. This will arrive dealerships early next year. After its launch, the RAV4, the Toyota says that it will roll out to all future models in the lineup. This isn't just an in-house project. Toyota has collaborated with tech teams, including Toyota Connected North America and even with Google for the new voice assistant. It's all built on a platform called automotive-grade Linux. But the big news is the use of Arene software development kit from Woven by Toyota. When they launched the new RAV4, we've talked about this already. This is Toyota's first step towards what they called software-defined vehicles. Think of it like your smartphone. The Arene platform will allow for easier over-the-air updates and additional of new features down the line, making the car better over time. And we were hoping that this would have happened with the current generation of the NX and RXs and all these vehicles, but it seems like this version is the version that we will start seeing better and better cars over time. But again, if their trends are 6 months and 1 year to get updates, I think that will be a problem. I hope that they're learning from current owners and also from the industry, because if you look at it, we get constant updates for apps and systems month over month and not year over year. So first things first, you will notice the screen. The new system will display on either a standard 10.5 inch or larger, available 12.9 inch high definition screen. And if you think of it, the NX has a 14 inch screen. So definitely it will work for different screen sizes. And at this point, because this is the RAV4, they're looking at a 10.5 and the 12.9. Toyota does promise crisp graphics and faster response thanks to a more powerful processor. But the real game changer is the configurable home screen, which we owners have asked for a long time and we still haven't seen in the current generation Lexus interface. Just like your phone, you can now use widgets for things like navigation, audio, weather, even your drive modes, which because they took away the drive mode selector, they really have to add that in so that you can conveniently change to sport mode if you need to. You can group them in different combinations to create a layout that's perfect for you. And I really hope that this comes to the current generation, but my hopes are not high. They've also added a quick control menu that's always accessible from the top corner. That gives you one-touch access to frequent things like Bluetooth, screen brightness, and new shortcuts to toggle your driver assistant features on or off. And yes, don't worry about wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto because that is standard. The next big one is this, The new system marks for the first integration of the 5G connectivity into Toyota vehicles powered by AT&T in the United States, and we do not know what it is in Canada. This means faster speeds and lower latency for everything from navigation and streaming over-the-air updates. This would mean that it will future-proof the vehicles for now because we don't have 6G yet, but like for us who have the 4G, we don't know when 4G will go away, and then your car will become a dumb car. Voice assistants in cars can be hit or miss, but Toyota is tackling this head-on. With the new native voice assistant on the on-device embedded solution, so what will happen is it'll process in the vehicle rather than connecting to the cloud and processing what you say. So in simple terms, it doesn't need to connect to the cloud for many of the common commands. So when you say, "Hey Toyota, turn up the heat" or "change the radio," the response is significantly faster. You can now ask to do basic math. For complex tasks, like searching for a point of interest, it will still use the cloud via the new 5G connection. So meaning things will be faster even when it needs to go to the cloud, but recognizing what you say and features like turn up the heat, change the temperature, lock the car, or whatever, it should be able to do it without having to connect to the cloud.
Follow me on Instagram at LSFTvideos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450h Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now, let's continue with the video.
So for the first time ever, the native navigation now can be displayed full screen on the digital gauge cluster behind the steering wheel. This is a premium feature that we've seen in luxury brands, and it's fantastic for keeping your eyes closer to the road. You will need an active Drive Connect subscription for this to work, but it's a huge usability upgrade. So when you think about that, definitely now Drive Connect, the cost of that subscription may make more sense. Rather than just the navigation, it gives you more features. So the next one we've talked about before, and that was already available in the current generation Lexus interface, and they've called it the Drive Recorder. This is a built-in dashcam, and it's a brilliant addition because now this comes standard. The system comes standard with this Drive Recorder, and it uses the vehicle's built-in external cameras to function just like a traditional dashcam. You can manually save clips or have it automatically save them when they detect an event. You can play the video clips back on the main screen or download them to a USB drive. So no more bulky cameras or messy wires that you have to go through, and don't have to worry about warranty issues because everything is now built into the system. Again, this is available in the current generation Lexus NX in Japan, which means the hardware what we have is capable of doing it, but we don't know if it has enough storage. Maybe in Japan they've upgraded the storage, so that's why it can store all these events into the system. Toyota is also focusing on specific needs for plug-in hybrid owners and those who love to control everything from your phone. In the EV domain, for plug-in hybrids, like the new RAV4 GR Sport plug-in hybrid, there is a new EV domain screen. This one is a one-stop shop to manage your charging. You can set charging schedules, define charging limits, and even have the cloud navigation system plan routes with charging stops included. The Toyota app is getting more powerful as well. With an active Remote Connect subscription, you can now control more vehicles' features remotely. The press release mentions the ability to turn on headlights or hazard lights, open the trunk, or even open the window right from the app. Finally, what's a road trip without some tunes? The new system now comes with Series XM with 360L, which blends satellite and streaming for a more personalized experience. The US press release also specifically mentions the integration streaming now includes Spotify. This allows you to link your existing Spotify account, stream directly through the car's built-in Wi-Fi, saving your phone's data plan. And again, this feature most likely is only available in the United States. For the Canadian folks, we haven't seen any of the streaming available on our vehicles. Okay, so the new system looks incredible on paper. But this brings me to the elephant in the room, and it's a personal one for me. As many of you know, I own a 2022 Lexus NX, which has the first generation of the system architecture. And while I've generally been happy with the speed and the clean look, my biggest frustration, and I know many of you feel the same way, has been the lack of meaningful updates. We've been waiting for new features, and now we see a major leap forward. This leads to a big question that every current owner is asking. Will we be getting these software update features on our existing vehicles? I've reached out to Toyota Canada to ask this exact question. I haven't got a response yet, but I hope they will respond to me. And if they do, I will update and pin the content right below this video so that you make sure you check back on this. But now, let's be realistic. We can't be greedy. Features that require new hardware are obviously off the table. The 5G connectivity needs a new modem. The built-in drive recorder almost certainly needs more internal memory or an SD card slot for the video recorder that our cars just don't have. Even the faster Hey Toyota, the on-device processing, needs more local storage for the voice content, which was a known hardware limitation. But a feature like customizing the home screen with widgets, that feels like that should be achievable with a software update with our existing hardware. It's a UX UI change, and it would dramatically improve the day-to-day experience for thousands of owners who brought into this new system early on. So what's the verdict? The next generation Toyota audio multimedia system is, without a doubt, a massive leap forward. It's faster, smarter, and more integrated than ever before. From the customizable interface to a practical addition like the drive recorder, Toyota has clearly been listening. But the long-term success of software-defined platform will hinge on how they treat their existing customers. A simple UI update could go a long way building brand loyalty. And this is where I want to hear from you. If you own a current generation Toyota or Lexus with this system, what is the number one software feature you want to see in the over-the-air update? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's get the conversation going. As always, if you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more automotive news and reviews, and we'll see you in the next one. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.